again, everybody. It's Todd Staruch, the Horror Nerd, here at the annual I Heart Horror Convention here in Sayreville, New Jersey. We are having a blast getting to talk to some amazing people, all to support the Deborah Heart and Lung Foundation, which is a great cause. The person mugging here next to me,
I'm trying to help. I'm emphasizing. Yeah.
Mr. Fred Harper. Fred, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing great. Good.
Okay.
That's me. This is my first one. I never had one of these.
A banner?
Yeah.
Well done.
Like, now listen, I look like this forever.
I'm jealous of the hair, to be honest with you.
Me too. It's going. It's going. Yeah.
So is this your first horror convention? Or just your first banner?
First
There's
banner.
A distinction.
Yeah, first banner. I've been to a couple of other horror things and mostly comic conventions. So I mostly do comic books. I go to see horror movies, but I'm not in them. So
fair enough. Fair enough. So I'm looking at your work here and your sketchbook.
Oh yeah, I did that too. Yeah, that's Toxic Avenger and his girlfriend's first kiss. As far as what we're doing, it's in this one, I think. Yeah, so
cool.
They reprinted it. This is the collection. Yeah.
So did you, from an early age, realize you had a talent for drawing and art?
Well, it wasn't necessarily self-realization. It was just that's all I could do. So I'm like, well, everybody seems to be giving me money for this already. So I'm like, I drew up people's animals, and then I started drawing people, and I found that made more money than the animals sometimes. So and then I'm like, well, I might as well try to do this in real life, and, instead of like when I was doing it in high school,
Okay.
Yeah. So people were like, yeah, I'll draw prints for me, and I'm like, okay, I'll draw prints, and then I'll give you $10 for that. I'm like, whoa, $10, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I realized life costs way more than $10. So yeah.
I get it. Look, man, it is, in my mind, right, I'm a technology guy, right? I work in IT and computers, right? So I kind of found I was good at that. But when you're artistic, my daughter can draw. When you're artistic and find that you can actually make a living at it, that's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
Because,
well, I'm happy. I mean, now I'm doing comic, but I was doing editorial, and all that stuff's disappearing because of the AI stuff. So I'm like slowly, like, maybe this janitorial job might open up, so I'll be able to, but that'll be automated, and then I'll be out of the job there too. So
you bring up AI. And it's a hot topic these days, and it came very quickly, right?
Yeah.
It's only a couple of years ago it was kind of on the fringe. Is that something that is worrisome to you in the art world, that people are going to start turning to AI?
Yeah, because it's going to ruin the entire system that we have, the ecosystem of how you become an artist. Because you don't start out doing this. You start out with smaller jobs, and then the AI does all those jobs. So you don't learn anything as an artist. You're like, oh, I have to look like that, like right out of kindergarten now.
Right.
And so. Right. It takes a while for you to internalize it, learn some skills, and then like you're ready for the big time. And then there's not going to be any of that intermediate area anymore. You'll just be like, you can either do that big thing or you can't, and it's okay if you can't, because we can just like hit some buttons over here and we got it. And you're like, okay, I'm just going to go over here and not make any money now. So,
yeah, it's a weird world. I have my cameraman here, good friend of mine. We're indie filmmakers, and even areas of that, right? Like you see all AI generated stuff. It's like, where's the true artistry going?
And it's training itself on other things,
right?
So it's eventually it's training itself on its own things that it's already copying, and so if you just extrapolate from that, it will eventually just flatten out to like just boredom, you know. But if your audience is getting used to that, they'll be like, oh, boredom's fine, you know, I guess, you know. And like, then anybody with a personality that comes by will be like, you're a rock star, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, but yeah.
Yeah, strange times indeed,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
So, do you have, I'm looking at all your Toxic Avenger stuff here, do you have a preference, like, as far as characters that you like to draw? Is it more the horror stuff? Is it more Marvel?
The horror stuff is my favorite. Like, I did a lot of stuff for White Wolf. I did a few Magic the Gathering cards and stuff, you know, so, like, I love to paint the horror, and it's like, it's challenging because it's like, oh, this is the scene. It's like there's fog, and then there's a band playing over here. You know, it's like it incorporates so many other elements than just like a superhero guy is like, yeah, he's shooting a laser out of his eye, you know, and you're like, okay, well, that's kind of, everybody knows about that, you know. So like I want that guy that's like, oh, this guy's gonna, like one of the Toxic Avenger characters, like he's just a giant nose and he'll like snot you, you know. And it's like, I'm like, now that's a challenge,
right?
What
right.
is that? What does flying snot look like? And like, and what is it? What does your face look like after you've been hit with flying snot? You know, and yeah.
Listen, all you need to do is have a kid, and you'll know what flying snot looks like,
yes.
right?
Right? Careful, I got a loaded kid here. Don't make me use him.
I love it. So you said that you watch horror movies, right?
I have.
What's your go-to horror movie? Like, if I said you got to pick one, what would you go with?
I'm trying to think. I was like, I'm always seeing new ones because I don't have an extensive knowledge of them, but like my horror, I tend to lean to science fiction.
Okay, fair
so
enough.
Like,
you just made him very happy.
Like Aliens
big
is like
sci-fi guy.
Like like the first Aliens, or you know, that kind of. Or Invasion of the Body Snatchers was the most creepy one to me, you know, because like it made exact replicas of another human, and now it's different, you know, and you're like, oh no, to me that's the most scary thing in the world, because like I can't tell if you're an alien that's going to eat me that looks friendly, you
right?
know?
Right.
That's why Mars Attacks was hilarious to me, because there's like, we come in peace, you know, like, yeah, I love that.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I just laugh my ass off at that stuff. Yeah.
Right, what have you seen? You've mentioned recency. What have you seen recently that you really dug?
Well, I'm just discovering the trauma films, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like over the summer I saw the Nukem High, and I'm like, that was hilarious. You know, I knew of trauma for a long time. I've known so many trauma people, but I've never seen many of their movies. I just don't watch movies that much.
Gotcha.
You know,
okay.
I just like, I'm busy working. You know, so I listen to things, but I can't watch things, or otherwise that's all I'm doing. I'm not working. So,
I got you. I got you.
Yes.
If you're into going back like the trauma catalog, one of my personal favorites is Surf Nazis Must Die.
Oh yeah.
You got to check that one out if you haven't.
I've heard I'm hearing, like I'm getting everybody's like, I got a favorite, and then I'm like, eventually I will learn. I'm like, yeah, I'm hearing that one a lot. Okay, I'm gonna go with that one. So I've heard the Surf Nazis one a few times. So
it is a good one.
Yeah.
All right, man. So what? It's shameless self-promotion time.
Oh.
So how can people find your books, purchase your artwork, and follow you along?
Most of them show up in comic book stores, wherever you're near them. You can get them online. There's like 2 places that I've heard of that I can't remember the name of at the moment, but also I have my website has all my Toxic Avenger comics covers. The originals are all for sale, and it's fredharper.com, and you know, or you can Google Fred Harper, and hopefully you won't get my dad. He's a Fred Harper too. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. And I found another. There's another Fred Harper in in Canada who was a preacher, and I think he just got arrested for something. So who knows?
Okay.
All right. But do the Fred Harper, the illustrator. There we go.
There you go. Fred, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I wish you success going forward.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Right, yeah.
Fred Harper, everybody here at I Heart Horror Volume 4 in Sayreville, New Jersey for the Deborah Heart and Lung Foundation. I'm Todd Struch, the Horror Nerd, signing off. We will see all of you in the next interview.
We all love you. Yes.